Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah, and my story is the heartbreak that turned me into a writer. This is not actually just a story about heartbreak, this is a story about becoming. They say heartbreak hurts, but nobody tells you it can also introduce you to a version of you you did not know exists. A person that you did not know that lived within you know, a person you have never met. So before the heartbreak, before all this happened, I loved freely. I believed in forever. Like it was something you could hold on to. No fear, no hesitation. I was I was I was a free soul. I was someone you could always lean on, you know, because I was all in for someone. And I think it was my greatest strength. But it also became my first mistake. The relationship. It felt real, you know, that kind of real that makes you forget what doubt feels like. I gave my time to this person, I gave my energy, I gave pieces of me to them. I did not even realize the pieces I was giving away were irreplaceable, you know. I was just there, I was with them, like all in. You know how love is. You don't think before you do it, you just do it. It's impulsive, you know. The shift, something changed. Yeah, something changed. Not all at once. There was no warning. It was just, it just happened, you know. And I think no heartbreak is quieter than that. Like when the shift is silent. Like, I mean, you see it happen, but there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you don't have any control over it. You just feel the drift. You feel the person is drifting away from you. You feel the love is fading, you know. It shows up in late replies, in different tone, in the way I love you sounds and starts to sound like a habit instead of a feeling. Like you just say I love you for familiarity, you know, just because you gotta say it. The heartbreak. And then it happens. Not just the ending, but the realization that I was loving someone who no longer knew how to love me back. And in that moment, I didn't just lose them, I lost me, you know. When I lost them, they left with the pieces of me I had given away, just like that. And now, the pieces I was left with are the pieces I did not know how to live with. I did not know who I was anymore. I did not know who I had become when all this happened. I lost me in that moment. I did not just lose them. The aftermath, after the loss happened. Do you know what it feels like to replay conversations like they're evidence in a trial? To wonder where you went wrong when all you did was love deeply. Do you know how it feels like to sit back and try to trace where you went wrong, but you can't find it? You know, you blame yourself for things you did not do, thinking that everything you did, maybe you did not do it right. I beat myself up. I could not believe that that it ended, that they've left me, that I'm now alone. It was tough. It was really, really tough for me. And I had just left the country, so I was in a different country, heartbroken, not home, not with anybody, just me. I mean, I've been in situations where I'm just alone and I'm trying to navigate life, because my whole life I've had to fend for myself. That's why I'm a very strong woman. People look at me and they're like, oh, you are very strong. But they don't know that life did not give me a chance to be weak. It only gave me one option. It's either to be strong or to be nothing at all. That's why I always had to be strong. Sleepless nights, heavy thoughts, a heart that didn't understand why it wasn't enough. The silence. And then came the silence, no closure, no explanation, just me and my thoughts. And that's when something unexpected happened. That's when I found writing. I started writing, not because I wanted to, but because I needed to. Because the pain had nowhere else to go. I gave it a place to live, which is on paper. It kept asking me for a home. When I provided one, I poured it all on paper. Even when I look back at it, I'm like, God, did you maneuver? Did you survive this? And I pat myself on the shoulders and say, yes, you are a woman. You know, becoming a writer. What started as broken sentences became poetry. What started as pain became expression. And somewhere between the lines, I found my voice again. Stronger, honest, unapologetic. I was standing again, and this time I was different. I couldn't recognize who I was. That's when I started writing on my walls, writing affirmations, just writing stuff that came to my head. Because this was a different person. I moved. I did not just stay silent. You know, I learned that heartbreak doesn't just take from you, it teaches you. It teaches you boundaries. It teaches you strength. It teaches you that you can survive things you thought would destroy you. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. Even after that heartbreak and after the reflection, after the lessons, I went back to my ex because I knew how to go back. But this time I was launching myself to flee far. And I did that because I had feelings that needed a home, and I gave it to them. And it seemed like these feelings only wanted a particular person, so I went back. But after that, I moved unapologetically, and that is how I survived it all. I left with no traces, no word, no explanation, no feelings, no emotion, just understanding. Because now I was enough, and I knew who I wanted to be and who I did not want to be. I knew what being worthy felt like, and I wanted to feel that over and over again, but I could not feel that with this person, so I left. And my message to you today is If you have ever been broken, heartbroken, or even just broken in general, if you have ever felt like you're not enough, if you have ever felt like you're in a wrong place, you're not being treated as you deserve to be treated, hear me well. Your pain is not the end of your story. Whatever you're going through does not define who you are currently. Growth is not defined by what happens to you. It is defined by who you become after you overcome what happens to you. Because I promise you, you're not going to be the same tomorrow. And that pain, it might just be the beginning of who you are truly meant to be. That heartbreak, that one that happened to me, it didn't end me. It wrote me. It recreated me. It rearranged me. It designed me into a masterpiece, into a person I never knew I'd become. So don't be dismayed. Don't be afraid of change once it shows itself. Don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to move on. Do not try to control life. Give it a chance. Give it a chance to surface. Give it a chance to unfold. And just sit back and watch. Embrace growth. Accept. Know your worth. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Because you are your only assignment on earth. Nobody will love you like you want to be loved. But you can love you like you want to. These are the words I told myself when I was going through heartbreak. But I want to tell you, it helped me a lot. That is why I'm putting it out here. The heartbreak that turned me into a writer. The heartbreak to that heartbreak, I am proud. I am grateful. That I was broken. Because if I wasn't broken, what would be there to be built? You can't build a whole person. It has to be broken to be built. You can't mend an unbroken heart. It has to be broken to be mended. So yeah, if you ask me if it was worth, yes, it was all worth the effort. And I'm grateful it happened to me. Thank you.